Hello, welcome to the third and final video for 9-2. Please copy down. I went ahead and erased what I had on here because I need a little more space to write. You'll need to begin by copying down the equation down here. I'm going to do this video a little differently. I'm going to do it in parts. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is find the axis of symmetry. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you to hit the pause button and try it based on the previous problems we've done. And I am going to just stop the video, work it out, and then the answer will just pop up here for the axis of symmetry. So hit pause now, and when I come back, I will have the answer to that on the screen. So pause. And there it is. We got x equals -2 again, only by chance or coincidence is that the same one that we had on the previous problem that I've since erased. So let's draw x equals -2. If you've not yet done that, our symmetry line again is going to be through the x-axis at -2. That's the equation, the axis of symmetry right there, x equals -2. All right, the next thing that you need to do is to find the vertex value. All right, and to find the vertex, you're going to substitute that -2 into there and find that value. So again, I'm going to stop the video, work it out, and it's going to just reappear. Would you please pause the video and see if you can work it out before you see my solution? Hit pause now. Okay, did you get -2 for y? Because that's what I got. Let's look and see how. Right here, you'll see where I have my work. The first thing we had to do is substitute that -2 in for that x right there, the -2 there in for that x right there, and then we had to do some math. Common mistake is right here. This -2 squared, that's +4, making it 2 times 4. Make sure you did that first. All right, and then we just did the math. 8 times -2 is -16. Then we just worked it out. And you see right here is where I ended up with y equals -2. So we had x up here. Here's my x value. X was -2. So that went there. And my y value went right there. -2, -2. Now we just have to plot it. All right, -2, -2. Again, I'm going to go back to the blue. I think it shows up better here. There's my vertex. I do know that since 2 is positive, it is going to go upward. And let's look to see what happens with this graph. So let's make our chart. Here we go. Copy this chart down. It's 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. Okay, we've got our vertex at -2, -2. So there's my first point. We plotted. All right, this is kind of a weird one here because it's going to be different. You'll see. Let's do this. Let's pick 0 and -1 for our x values and then find its opposite values. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here. Go ahead and find the values for x is 0 and -1. You can plot those points, find its symmetry points, and I'll come right back and show you the chart filled out. Ready, set, pause now. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this chart. All right, well, for 0, I came out with y is equal to 6, so that's the point 0, 6. So I'm going to plot that one. And I also came up with -1, 0. Now, a point of emphasis right here, if you got a different value, check to make sure that you made this -1 squared. That's +1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus -8 plus 6. That should all work out to be 0, giving me those 2 points. That's a 0, 6 there. I know it's hard to read with my writer. So I went up here, plotted those 2 points. There they are. So again, let me review how do you now find those other points. This point is 1 space away from the axis of symmetry, so I go 1 space the other way and put another point because it's symmetrical. And we identify that point. -1, -2. That's -3, 0. That's my other point on the chart. And then here, the point is 0, -6. That's 2 spaces away that way. So I go 2 spaces away this way, put a point there. That's -4, -6. So you need to go ahead and label those 2 points, -3, 0, and negative 4 is 6. And I'm okay that you don't show the work there because you proved it with your picture if you drew the symmetry line and everything up there. So at that point, you just need to go ahead and draw your parabola. For some reason, I switched to a different color and actually creating a nice one there, so I'm going to leave it. So draw your parabola that way. Nice little curve. I have no idea why that changed color. That was weird. Put arrows on it right there. And there's the graph of this equation, y equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. So there you have it. That is graphing parabolas, graphing quadratics, which you're going to have to be able to do for me when I see you next. So get those notes down, bring your questions to class. Goodbye.